I believe the overwhelming majority of people serving in the House and Senate in both political parties are honest and hardworking, and I believe that they're guided by good intentions. But we are nonetheless stuck in a terrible, corrupting campaign financing system. That decision by the Supreme Court 2 years ago made our system so much worse that I think the only thing that can save it, literally save it, so that our democracy is protected, is a dramatic change. After Citizens United, corporations and unions can spend as much money as they want to influence the presidential race, as well as congressional elections and the federal and state and local elections as well. In 2010, for the first time ever, spending on House and Senate races exceeded $1.6 billion. Outside groups spent 335% more on congressional campaigns than just 4 years earlier. Those numbers still look like a drop in the bucket compared to this year, this election cycle. The super PAC money is being used, as we've already seen in the Republican presidential primary, to fund negative, deceptive ads in support of candidates that are loosely, albeit not officially or formally, connected to those running super PACs. I think of the situation with former Speaker of the House Gingrich. One man and his wife have literally financed Gingrich's campaigns in 2 states, with $5 million contributions in each of those states, as I understand them. That, to me, is a corruption of this process. You can bet that big business isn't going to be shy about engaging in the Citizens United strategy of spending money to influence the outcome of elections. And you can bet it's going to have an impact on those of us who serve in the Senate and House. You know every single day as you vote that there is the potential of some special interest group out there deciding that is the breaking point. And from that point forward, they're going to do everything in their power to defeat you, and they can spend as much as they want to get the job done. It's a humbling, sobering reality since the Citizens United decision. Well, let me tell you, there's an alternative. One of them is a bill, or I should say a resolution, that's been offered by the presiding officer that I'm co-sponsoring, and that's a constitutional amendment that would basically reverse Citizens United. We know how uphill that struggle will be, but at least we have staked out a position to say we have got to overturn this decision. We have got to go back to the days of accountability and manageability when it comes to financing campaigns. I think that is a move in the right direction. I applaud the presiding officer, the senator from Arizona, for his leadership, senator from New Mexico for his leadership on that issue. But there's another issue too, and one that I think we should continue to bring up and discuss. It's called Fair Elections Now. The Fair Elections Now Act is a bill which I have introduced many Congresses. It would dramatically change the way congressional campaigns are funded. It would make super PACs irrelevant. The bill will allow candidates to focus on the needs of the people they represent, regardless of whether those people are wealthy, whether they donate to a super PAC, attend a fundraiser, or try to find special access to a candidate. Candidates in the fair election systems wouldn't need a dime from special interest lobbyists, not a penny, or corporations to run their campaigns. Under the system, qualified candidates for Congress, and to qualify, you would need to raise small contributions in volume in the state that you're running in. Those qualified candidates would receive grants, matching funds, and television broadcasting vouchers from the Fair Elections Fund to help them run the competitive campaigns. In return, candidates who voluntarily participate in the fair election system would agree to only accept campaign donations from small dollar donors in their state. We'd pay for the fund by asking businesses that earn more than $10 million a year in federal contracts to pay a fee of 0.5% with a maximum of $500,000 per year. That would fund it, and it would make certain that under the fair election system, we would have public financing, and we would put it into this money chase that I believe is not only corrupting our campaign system, but could someday corrupt the very government that we are proud of and represent as elected officials. It is time to reform our system. There was a time when many of these candidates wouldn't be sitting talking to the wealthiest givers in America, but would be out in their states, in their district, talking to the people whose votes they are soliciting and whose needs they ought to appreciate. That time has changed, and we can change it back. We need to have the support of the American public and the political will in both political parties to achieve it.